In this video, you're going to learn whether mushrooms and medicinal mushroom supplements are pro-fungal. Do they fuel yeast or candida overgrowth in the body or not? This is Christian Bates with Longevity Power. I just got an email from someone who said they would love to try my Longevity Power Mushroom Immunity Blend, which is a blend of medicinal mushroom extracts and concentrates. But it contains cordyceps, which are pro-fungal, so she doesn't want to risk it. Now, I can totally understand why she would think that cordyceps are pro-fungal. They are definitely not. They're naturally anti-fungal. In fact, all mushrooms have natural antifungal properties. In nature, a mushroom, even though it has a lot of symbiotic qualities, the way the mycelial growth work with other species in the soil or in decomposed matter, mushrooms must have some antifungal properties in order to fend off other species from taking over the tree or the patch of soil that they're trying to inoculate and grow fruiting bodies from. There are a lot of now isolated confirmed compounds in many of the medicinal mushrooms, as well as many of the edible mushrooms, that are considered anti-fungal. Mushrooms are also very low in simple carbohydrates. They have almost a negligible amount of sugar and starch, so they're not going to feed candida overgrowth, yeast overgrowth, or some kind of dysbiosis in the body. They're actually really great for your immune system and your gut health. Now, in the case of cordyceps, that's an interesting story because in the wild, cordyceps release spores that go after certain insects and arachnids and larvae, and there are some species of cordyceps that go after ants. And when the spores land on ants and successfully inoculate an ant, it starts to take over the ant's nervous system, and the ant becomes a zombie. And so the ant's new instinct is to crawl up to the highest branch. It then dies there, it's stuck to the leaf, and then the cordyceps fruiting bodies erupt beautifully but hauntingly out of its body. And because the cordyceps is now at a really high branch, the spores can disperse farther and get more ants. And that's the evolutionary life cycle of that cordyceps. But mushroom spores in the wild, they don't affect human health at all. They are in such a small amount, they are totally fine. Now, mold, black mold that's growing indoors, that's super toxic for human health. And it's estimated about half of households have a hidden or sometimes not so hidden mold problem, usually from water damage in the walls, in your bathroom, in the roof. So you always want to check your house regularly to make sure that there's no hidden mold, because sometimes that can just dismantle someone's health, and for months or longer, they might not know why their health is crumbling until they finally see the mold finally grow somewhere, or they get their air quality checked or something. So definitely stay away from black mold. In the case of fungi, it's species specific. So just like if you consumed crack cell wall reishi spores that are in mushroom immunity, those are not going to inoculate your body at all. It doesn't work like that. Same thing, we could compare this if you consume like spirulina or some algae. It's not going to create an algae bloom in your gut or in your blood. It just doesn't work that way. However, all of these medicinal mushroom compounds, as well as edible mushrooms, have a lesser degree of these compounds. These go into your body and they naturally help your gut and your flora. They have things called polysaccharides, which are not the simple sugars and starches that would fuel yeast and fungus, but are naturally antimicrobial, antifungal, and plug into your gut and to your immune system and make it stronger. Mushrooms are amazing for our health. They boost cognitive function, focus, mental calm. They promote endurance. They strengthen the immune system in an immunomodulatory fashion, which is great for people with both a suppressed immune system and an autoimmune or allergy situation. Speaking of allergies, the amount of people with a mushroom allergy is extremely tiny. And that would really be the only person that I would say, hey, maybe skip the mushrooms. If you don't digest edible gourmet mushrooms very well, you might have a chitin sensitivity, which is like the fiber of the mushroom that humans are not really designed to digest. And in that case, you still might want to try medicinal mushroom extracts because most of the chitin is removed in the extraction process, but the medicinal compounds are concentrated. So you're not having to really digest much. It's very absorbable. And unless you actually have a direct mushroom sensitivity, that might work out really great for you. So I hope that clears that up. It used to be a question I got more often, but I think medicinal mushrooms have become more popular now that people are really embracing them, using them as one of the top tools, one of the top dietary health supplement protocols / lifestyle, delicious mushroom tea elixir protocol that gives your body a huge ramp up in endurance, in immune health, and cognitive function. So I hope that you confidently seek out medicinal mushrooms and gourmet mushrooms that work for you so that you can have that mushroom power, that cognitive boost, that endurance, that immune system health, that focus that mushrooms can help impart, and so that you can have mushroom power in your life.